Have you ever noticed that the harder you push to start a conversation, the quicker it dies? You say, "Hey, how are you?" And a moment later, it's gone. Yet someone else walks into the same room, says almost nothing, and suddenly everyone pays attention. It's not looks. It's not jokes. It's not confidence. It's something deeper. When they speak, the energy shifts. Their words land with weight. And the secret isn't talking more. It's saying less, but meaning every syllable. The Stoics understood this 2 millennia ago. Presence is more powerful than performance. Today, I'll share 6 simple phrases and 1 mindset that make people naturally gravitate toward you, without pretending, manipulating, or acting. And the 4th one is the most misunderstood of all. Principle 1. Tell me more about that. For simple words that open doors most people never notice. Someone says, "I've been learning guitar." What do most people do? They turn it into a competition. "Oh, I played in college." Or, "You should try this method." Instantly, the moment shifts away from the other person and toward themselves. Connection collapses. Ego takes over. Now imagine you simply say, "Tell me more about that." And then you stop talking. You listen, not to reply, not to impress, but to understand. That's where connection begins. Most people spend their lives waiting for someone who genuinely listens. When they finally meet that person, they never forget it. Epictetus said we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we can listen twice as much as we speak. Listening isn't passive. It's presence. It says, "You matter enough for me to be silent." When you speak less and listen deeply, people don't leave thinking, "That person was interesting." They leave thinking, "I felt interesting when I was with them." And that feeling draws them back. Principle 2. I don't know. 3 words almost no one has the courage to say. When asked about something they don't understand, most people pretend. They try to sound clever. They say something vague and hope it passes. But pretense always leaks through. In the voice, in the eyes, in the tension. Now imagine someone who calmly says, "I don't know," without apology, without excuses. That honesty shifts the whole atmosphere. Because if they're truthful about what they don't know, you can trust what they do know. Socrates meant it when he said, "I know that I know nothing." It wasn't false humility. It was wisdom. Knowledge begins where arrogance ends. Insecure people must appear informed. Secure people are comfortable admitting the opposite. "I don't know" isn't weakness. It's clarity. And that clarity is what makes others listen when you finally speak. Principle 3. That sounds hard. When someone shares pain, work stress, heartbreak, a failure, your instinct might be to fix it. "You should try this." When that happened to me, I did that. You mean well. But what they hear isn't empathy. It's judgment. Instead, simply say, "That sounds hard." You're not solving their problem. You're not minimizing their feelings. You're acknowledging them. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself." Most people do the opposite. They rush to fix others while excusing their own flaws. True strength is gentle. When you say, "That sounds hard," you give someone permission to feel what they feel without explaining it. And in that space, people begin to heal, not through advice, but through presence. They don't need your solution. They need your stillness. Principle 4. The power of silence. The hardest and most misunderstood principle. Most people fear silence. The moment a pause appears, they panic. They fill it with noise, meaningless stories, nervous laughter, random chatter. They think silence is failure. But silence is strength. Watch someone comfortable with it. They speak rarely, and when they do, everyone pays attention. Their silence before speaking signals that their words matter. They don't rush. They let quiet carry the weight. Seneca said, "Silence is a lesson learned through many sufferings." Those who face themselves no longer fear quiet. They've learned silence isn't empty. It's full of awareness, full of power. When you stop running from silence, you stop running from yourself. Your thoughts sharpen, your presence deepens, and your words start to matter. People begin leaning in before you even open your mouth. Principle 5. I appreciate you. 3 words, far deeper than thank you. Thank you is transactional. It acknowledges an action. I appreciate you recognizes the person. It says, "I see who you are." You're not praising usefulness. You're honoring character. Marcus Aurelius began each morning reflecting on the people around him, grateful not for what they did, but for the kind of humans they were. He knew that recognizing virtue keeps our own virtue alive. Use this phrase rarely, but sincerely. When someone shows loyalty, kindness, patience, that's when it counts. Recognition like this creates a bond no transaction ever could. In a world obsessed with productivity, being the one who sees people is revolutionary. Principle 6. No. The hardest word to speak and the most freeing. People ask for your time, your energy, your attention, and even when you don't want to, you say yes, out of habit or guilt. But every yes to something unimportant is a silent no to what matters: your peace, your growth, your focus. Epictetus said, "First learn the meaning of what you say, then speak." Every yes has a cost. If your yes means everything, it means nothing. Watch someone who has mastered no. They pause, they consider, and if the answer is no, they say it plainly, without apology. That clarity earns respect, because when your no is real, your yes becomes powerful. Boundaries don't push people away. They filter them. They repel those who want your availability and attract those who respect your value. These 6 principles: curiosity, honesty, validation, silence, appreciation, and boundaries, aren't social tricks. They reflect character. They require no performance, only presence. Be curious enough to listen, humble enough to say, "I don't know," gentle enough to validate, calm enough to sit in silence, aware enough to appreciate, strong enough to protect your time. The Stoics knew the truth. Attraction isn't about adding more. It's about removing the unnecessary, the noise, the need to impress, the fear of rejection. When you stop performing, people finally start noticing, not just your words, but who you are when you speak them. If this changed how you see communication, leave a comment below. Which of these 6 phrases will you practice in the next 24 hours? And if you want to keep growing in calm, presence, and self-mastery, subscribe to Stoic Spring and build the habit of protecting your peace, one day at a time.